Hailey Bieber can wear a certain type of lip gloss, and that immediately becomes viral overnight. Hailey Bieber can use a on-the-go toothbrush in one of her lip sync videos. She can have that in her mouth. That goes viral. We got companies trying to remake that. It's really crazy. I don't understand it, but it's low-key kind of impressive, and I'm trying to get to that too, right? I know people hate on Hailey Bieber. That's not what this kind of video is. I'm not here to hate on Hailey Bieber. I'm here to praise her. I'm here to study her. I'm here to decipher that. I'm here to decipher her influence. Because it's really crazy how she can post anything of her doing anything and that will go viral, and whatever she has, whatever she's wearing in the video, whatever she's doing or using in the video, that will go viral, and you have people trying to recreate that video of her in their videos, and they're not doing it right because it's just Hailey Bieber, right? So we're here to talk about the Bieber fever, but not of Justin, of Hailey Bieber, because there's Bieber fever for both, if you really think about it. Bieber fever applies to both Justin and Hailey, y'all. That's what we really have to realize now. So let's really decipher her influence and really just appreciate it for real. Because it's crazy how much influence that this woman has. All right, now let's really define influence. It's not just followers. It's changing what people buy, changing how people behave even. It's changing what people buy, wear, want to look like, aesthetics, things like that. Changing what people want to look like themselves, right? Being an influencer can mean you influence several parts of people's lives. And Hailey Bieber just does just that. She's the founder of Rhode. She's the founder of Rhode. She got with her own skincare, makeup. She got everything. But she got 40-some million followers, or 100-some million. I don't even know. 100-some million followers on the gram. She's popping like that, bro. She's really like that. Being an influencer means that you don't just start trends or lead trends or follow trends. It means you start trends, yes, but you also start many movements in a way. You start many movements, and that goes right into my first segment of this, basically. How Hailey Bieber, she pioneered that whole clean girl aesthetic thing that people are still trying to achieve to this day. She was doing that a while ago. She pioneered that, if we really think about it. We got to think about with the eye patches, with the aesthetic videos, things like that. She was one of the first few people to do that. I'm not going to say it was just her, obviously, because it wasn't. She was one of the first few people to make it really popular and make people actually want to strive to do stuff like that. She was one of the first, really. Like with her slick back buns, she make them back popping. With her minimal, make glowy skin, stuff like that. She made that pop. She made that. Made people aspire to look like her. Seriously, people want to look like Hailey Bieber. She has perfect skin. Slick back buns always slick back perfectly, right? The gold jewelry, everything's just always just so perfect appearance-wise. Everything. And it's really just crazy because people are still trying to achieve her aesthetic now. I see videos on my timeline of girls trying to achieve that aesthetic. And now they even got clean boy aesthetic. They got a boy version now. It's crazy. So Hailey Bieber is not just influential among the girls. She's influential among the men, apparently, too. That's crazy. If your influence can range from both men and women, I feel like you have reached a certain type of wow. That's all I can say, a certain type of wow. So basically what I'm trying to get at is Hailey Bieber's look became the default standard of beauty for a long period of time, and I feel like it still applies to today. Her look became the standard, and that's crazy. If your personal look becomes a standard for other people, that's influence beyond anything we've ever seen. Well, not beyond anything we've ever seen, but it's influence, crazy influence. Because we've seen Michael Jackson's influence. Michael Jackson was in a whole league of his own in terms of influencer, and there was even no such thing as social media back then. And he had 4.6 or 8 billion fans, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he had that many fans in the area, no social media. We'll get into that in a whole another video, though. All right, now let's explain how she was able to curate this aesthetic and this influence. She's very consistent with what her aesthetic is, right? She's very consistent with the glowy skin. Everything she does lines up with that, right? She lines up with her aesthetics in everything she does. And you think that may just be unintentional. And it might have been originally, but now it's very curated and very calculated because she knows people are watching her every move, and she knows that she has the influence, and that's what she wants. That's the aesthetic she wants to put out, right? She wants to put out that type of aesthetic. So therefore, she's gonna make sure everything lines up with that. And then there's a thing called the accessibility illusion. She makes it feel like you have access to her, but without really giving too much access to her at all. She'll do a makeup routine. She'll do maybe a get ready with me, like something with Vogue or something like that, showing her makeup. It makes you think, oh, we're getting up close and personal with Hailey Bieber. You're not learning nothing about her. You're just seeing the makeup she puts on for real. You're seeing what she uses for her skincare. She promoted her skincare line, things like that. She makes you feel like you have access to her without actually giving you access to her, which I feel like is just genius. Because a lot of times with influencers, they give you so much access for real, and then you know too much about them, right? Hailey Bieber makes you feel like that, but it's really an illusion because she's not giving too much. You don't know nothing about Hailey Bieber except the fact that she has a kid, she's Justin Bieber's wife, for her skincare line, and that's how she wants it, right? She doesn't want it no other way. She wants it just like this. There's probably some other things about her, some drama and things like that, but what you know about her, she wants you to know about her. And then we got the association with the celebrity culture, right? And this is really the easy part because she got married to Justin Bieber, right? She's a Bieber. So that automatically links her into celebrity culture. She's a celebrity. She's not just an influencer. She's a celebrity now, not just because she's married to Justin Bieber, but because she is her own entity. Her influence has taken her out of the influencer category and put her into the celebrity category. And you have to reach a certain level of influence to do that. Right now, I'm gonna give another example of who I feel like has jumped from just influencer to celebrity. I feel like Kai Cenat did that, right? I feel like he's a celebrity now because he linked himself with so many celebrities, right? He brought a whole bunch of celebrities on his streams, and when he became linked with those celebrities, I feel like he in turn gained more influence and became a celebrity within the realm of being an influencer. So it takes a certain level to get to that. It's not just any jumping from influencer to full-on celebrity, right? That's a whole different thing to me. And we can get into a whole other video about that too, the difference between influencers and celebrities. Because I feel like there's a few distinct differences between the two. Now, we're not gonna talk about Hailey Bieber and just talk about all the positives, because there are some negatives that have been brought up with her. We got the Selena Gomez drama, people thinking that Justin Bieber cheated on Selena with her. She claims that's not true. I'm a believer. I saw some evidence that proves that she's right. I saw some evidence. So I'm gonna just leave that at that. Y'all can debate that amongst yourselves. I'm not here to debate that, right? But we got people, other things, like people accusing her of copying other creators, right? We got things like people accusing her of being an industry plant. She got no personality, things like that. Once again, I'm gonna go back to what I just said. I feel like all of how she's viewed is curated, right? She doesn't give you too much, so that makes people think that she's just a plant, things like that, because she has no personality. She's too perfect. Guys, it's a curated aesthetic. You think she just gets in front of the camera and just free balls before she before she records and does advertisements and stuff like that? No. She probably has a team that she discusses everything with that before it gets posted, right? Some stuff, obviously, now, if you just post a lip sync video on TikTok or something, that's probably not getting discussed with a team. But even then, I feel like she probably does certain things in her videos, even in simple stuff like that. She's always thinking about how she's gonna be viewed, right? And so people, you might think she's too perfect, but that's how she wants to come off. That's pretty cool to me, how she's curated an image for herself. Now, let's get into why this really feels like insane to me. Really, because one person being able to almost define common beauty standards, or this is insane to me. One person being able to shape that. Think about how crazy that is. How many people are in this world? Because if her influence is global, her being able to shape beauty standards globally, being one person. Nothing's inherently special about her, right? She's one person shaping all of this, just being her, or showing her that she wants you to know. You feel what I'm saying? And then it's crazy how on social media, it amplifies the micro decisions that she makes in these videos. What I said in the beginning, how she can have a mini toothbrush in her mouth, and that the next day is going viral. You got people buying things, these selling out in stores and online because of Hailey Bieber using that in a TikTok video. That's crazy. That's actually insane to me. I can't fathom being able to have that much influence. And it's crazy because her husband has that similar influence. They both have crazy, worldwide, clinically insane type influence. And it's wild that they ended up with each other. It is. But it's insane if you think about it, bro. One person being able to change so much just from a 10-second clip. She can change a business's life in 10 seconds of a clip. If business, right? If she were to promote a small business, a product from a small business, that small business would be sold out the next day. If she says their name in the video, that small business will be sold out the next day. Easy. They will probably be thinking about franchising after one video from Hailey Bieber. And that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's really something to think about. one person be able to change so much? It's crazy. Change so much with minor stuff. It's not like she's starting a movement of racial integration or anything like that. She's like lip gloss decisions, skincare, on-the-go toothbrushes, things like that, bro. That's my rant for today, bro. Hailey Bieber, you were one of a kind. It's crazy. Smiley out, bro.